Lithium batteries.
They're hitting military. Military.
They already start, they can't.
Use your grade code.
They're hot on it. What can I
Look
say?
it up.
Hardcore Crappie Fishing. We are in the house, and these guys are hot on the topic. They didn't want to stop. I just started it, just see what happened. And
We do like chocolate milk.
oh yeah, chocolate milk. There it is.
Hardcore.
That's right.
Hardcore Crappie, the official drink.
Hardcore.
At least
drink.
this evening.
Chocolate milk.
Is Highland Dairy chocolate apparently, so the official drink. What would be the official snack? Are we getting off topic? Well, we are going to get to the topic, which is power breaks, but let's just start with your favorite drink. We'll start with you.
Mountain Dew,
Mountain Dew. Diet or regular?
regular.
Okay.
I drink Mountain Dew.
Mountain-
Zero.
Is that your favorite?
Probably if I'm gonna drink soda, yeah.
Well, anything now. What would it be?
I drink more water than anything.
Well, if we drink coffee, you talking about coffee fishing now?
Okay.
I'll do
Yeah,
I'll do Mountain Dew, but I pretty much take coffee intravenously.
Can't go without a cup of coffee.
I like Gatorade when I'm fishing.
Gatorade? Yeah. All right. I like water. I like water, whatever temperature it is outside.
You've been on only water for how many years now?
Well, I broke down. I have coffee every once in a while.
Oh.
Like maybe once or twice a month. Otherwise, just water. So, but I do a lot of traveling, and it seems like when you start drinking odd stuff, it doesn't go well. But that takes us to like power breaks or being able breaks of some kind on your boat. Two of us. The outside too, that seems appropriate because power poles would be in the middle on the back. You guys have power poles but you have paddles on the
paddles
backs.
on ours.
Yeah.
The paddles was the first thing, and now the new thing is the brakes.
Right, is power brakes,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
So you got your power brakes, which
Right.
is actually a bracket. It's on a bracket, and you have to go back and you have to deploy, store them by. I think it's a little like a latch.
it's just a latch, you just hit the latch and they go
You
down.
put a
and
pin in it to lock it.
Oh, it
and,
just locks in.
Oh, does it?
automatically.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
So
Yeah.
it just pulls up then. But does that hook up to your motor, or is that hooking up to the back of your transom? How is
No,
that?
the power cord goes right into your
No.
battery.
How is it mounting? Is it mounted
Oh, it
to,
mounts to your jack plate.
if you have a jack plate? But
Uh-huh.
if you don't have a jack plate, how do you mount
I
that?
have
on
no
there?
earthly idea.
I think you have to pull the motor probably
Probably.
and set it back. But,
They may have a bracket for that. I haven't looked much into that, but that's the one that.
but
I'm
as far
looking
as the
at.
wiring and what you're saying, it goes to your battery, and then there's another extension that goes up to your front for your they
your
call it the
switch.
stomp switch or
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. So I think the power brakes is more of a pedal, isn't it, instead of a stomp switch?
Yeah, it's just more of a switch. Now they're changing things all the time, so.
Okay.
We may be talking about something that they're changing, because I believe Justin Hamner, who won the Bassmaster Classic, had him on his boat. So, but
I
they
don't know
also
how
have
much
some,
I
they
never
also have,
seen. I watched that a lot of that. I've never
Yeah.
seen them in the
No.
water very often, if any.
they don't use them as much as what they
There's the
will.
copy.
Like once they go up to the Great Lakes, all those guys that are using them I think will find that what the purpose they're for.
Yeah.
And that they can use them, because your boat up in Erie, half the time your trolling motor's out of the water in the front, but the back two are in the water.
Yeah.
And so I think we'll see some
I
difference.
do know. Dustin McDaniel. He's on the Bobby Garden staff. So he has those on his boat.
Yes.
But he has a aluminum boat as well. But he's got the Grizzly center console Grizzly, so the wind catches him tremendous. So what his way he has his brakes set up is, so rather than them, so most people are moving fairly fast. They come up on their fish, and then they hit the to hit the stomp switch, and then those two kick on and slows the boat down, stops the boat,
Yeah.
or possibly, if they hold it long enough, moves it backwards just a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So what he is doing in the real hard wind and stuff, he is actually able to reverse his, turn them.
Uh-huh.
So he puts them on into the wind and leaves them on constant,
Wow.
and then allows that so he can, then he moves the boat with his front. So if it needs to turn or whatever, then he can turn it. But I do know he is doing that on the real high wind days because the wind blows his boat around so bad on as far as the brakes. Where Payton and I, we both have the paddles, and the lower, of course, the lower we drop them, depending on how much wind, the more it holds us back. And right now, I mean, I see no need to spend the extra money for the poles, but if I do put power brakes on there, I still want to be able to use my power poles, and I want to be able to use my paddles.
Yeah.
Because if I'm spider rigging, I don't need the 1200, I just need my paddles.
Right.
So I've been researching, Payton and I both been researching Sea Light brand, and he's coming up with one to where we can keep our paddles.
Right.
So he's trying to fix it to where we can keep our paddles and this. So if I can do that, maybe eventually I might have them. But as of right now, I don't.
And tell me about the paddles. How are you adjusting? How was that making a difference in how you're fishing?
Well,
So if they get them on their boat.
So instead of me having to, well, they move around your power poles. So when you're traveling, they're parallel with your poles, and when you get to the lake in the morning, you turn them, and when you drop them off in the water, they'll go down and they'll just instantly give you brakes. So I leave mine.
Hold you back.
I leave mine all down all day, and it keeps me from going too fast. So as soon as I left that trolling motor on, it just instantly stops me. So, I mean, what the power brakes have done is that you're going fast, and you hit the button and stop. So mine's constantly keeping me at a slow pace all day.
Uh-huh.
So if I need to go a little faster, I'll just raise them up a little bit.
And so instead of power brakes, you're just going into the wind.
I'm just going.
No, you use the drift saw.
I'll use it occasionally.
No,
Tell
you
me
go.
what a drift saw
Same
is.
thing.
It's basically like a big overgrown it's like a parachute basically. You can just drag it underwater. It's a 78-inch
Wow.
sock that I drag. It has a weight on the end of it that kind of helps us deploy, and I will, not on Beaver, but on other lakes in the area, I've dragged chains on the back of my boat, and that'll stop you at 20 mile an hour. You can go to tailwind at 20 mile an hour wind and drop that chain. It's like if you connect it, it's like 6 foot,
Right.
and you connect it back in the back, tie it off of one end, tie it off the other, and you throw it in the lake, and you makes like it's like dragging your anchor. And that was just stopped me, slowed me down to 0.5, 0.2 every 20 mile an hour wind in the open. But I've never done it on Beaver. Just Beaver's
Rocky.
it's just you got too much of this ups and down. You can be in 12 foot of water and then all of a sudden be in 20 foot of water. Just it's just not. But the flat, you say like Lake Fayetteville or even Sequoia, the same way. They're just flat bottom lakes, and they're pretty much consistent depth.
Yeah. Lake Washington down in Mississippi this past spring.
Yeah.
One of the guys didn't have power brakes or something happened to his, and he was actually using that. He was using chains on his.
Yeah.
And of course, there's nothing there.
No wind break down there.
There's no wind break. It's also 8 foot deep or 6 foot deep for 75% of it.
Yeah, that's the first time I was ever down there. It's like I'm out and out, and from the ramp there, and Mitch, well, you and Mitch both were in the boat that first day we was
Yeah,
in.
first day we went
And
out.
we're going, we're just idling, easing out, and everybody else is getting on plane and taking off, and I'm like, 8 foot of water. And finally Mitch says, Greg, deepest point in the lake's gonna be 10 or 12. And so I just didn't look down, I just put on plane and went on. It was just,
You're too shallow when you see sycamore trees or cypress trees going by you like this.
and we get out there, we're out there in the main lake, and we was fishing the next day, well, a little bit that afternoon and day, and it's like, you don't see a stump, you don't see a bus. I mean, it's nothing until you get over to the cedar, the cypress lines. It's
That's
crazy.
But I mean, that's the one thing which is here, we're in a Ozark Highland Reservoir that does get wind. Of course, it seems like this year, last year was like windy, crazy windy
every day.
Yeah, like every day out there.
Yeah, I think I've had to reschedule more from the wind this year than I have in a long time.
Yeah, 'cause it's been warm and windy.
Us casting at them is different than trying to teach somebody to cast at them when, they cast them and it goes wrong.
Right.
Well, the other day,
Exactly.
So it's
the
tough.
other day, even with us casting, it would blow our lines back. I was on the verge of going from an 8 ounce sinker above my jig to a quarter.
Yeah, you had to account for your drift. You had to throw it over here a little more and then finally get to them.
And I think that's part of the things of boat control. It's all boat control, isn't it? So boat control, spider rigging,
Oh, yeah.
that's the deal, the speed.
I think with live scope it's really taught me how to boat control even more, and you just passed fish the other day, and I had to do, there was a good fish, it was about a 14-inch crappie, and I kept circling on it, because I get the man in front of it, it wouldn't do it, and finally, it's like you say, it just gets ticked off enough and it did. But you still have to matter about it. You can still kind of scope them, but you're gonna have multiple poles. You got more options to get, like I'm in front of this pole now. Instead of trying to sit there and cast it, I can still maneuver just like.
And 2 minutes.
But there's also actually people that's got the brakes, so to speak, that are just buying a 12-volt trolling motor and attaching it to the transom of their boat
Yeah.
and drop them down and then wire them to a stomp switch
Yeah.
to the phone.
Yeah,
There's several of
since you've
those.
done installs and you've seen some of these.
Well, I have
Jeffrey's got-
not installed any of them
Oh,
on a
Yeah.
boat yet, but I have
Really?
seen several different setups, even here on our lake,
Right.
that, people have done to prevent, instead of spending, what's a set of crappie brakes? About $2,000.
yeah, 2,000 and then.
And that's not
But
installed,
there's-
that's just.
Yeah, but then there's hydraulic ones by
Exactly.
themselves. Those are the manual ones, I think.
Right, that's
See, I
what
would forget to bring them up.
See, no,
do what, yeah.
I that's what I'd be worried about.
Yeah, because I've done that with my fire
Oh, me
poles
too.
before. In fact,
how does that work? Did that work
well,
real good?
the thing
You
was,
You don't go nowhere.
Oh,
I thought he was waving at me the other day because he.
Oh, that was your trolling motor.
And he's going, and I left my
I did
trolling.
it that morning. I picked up customers at a dock and I left my troll, because I trolled motor to
Right.
it. I took off and soaked all 3 of them right off the
Oh,
bat.
man.
One goes, he's just dripping. He's like, troll motor's down.
yeah, I figured that.
Yeah.
It's a hurricane.
That's the good thing about
They were
center console,
shivering,
right?
yeah. I wasn't wet at all.
What's that? That's a good thing about center console.
So been man the deck.
But yeah, I was sitting there thinking, and I thought he was waving at me, and I waved back, and then my client said, "Your trolling motor's still down." Oh, okay. So that's what he was pointing at. So.
There you go. Power, so brakes, yay or nay for you? Would you ever get them?
I think I would.
You would?
I fished with a buddy of mine down in Mississippi. Yeah. It's kind of like the trolling motor setup.
Right.
He had it. He did it himself. He put them on his.
Yeah.
He had made a plate for his transom part to put them on himself. And, I mean, we used them out there in the wind to help slow him down minnow rigging, you know?
Alright.
But,
I didn't know if you'd ever go with them being on the spider rigging or not.
I mean, you could go with the tailwind.
Yeah.
and
Well, if
help slow
you're coming up
yourself
on a fish
down.
too fast, it would slow you down, spider
Yeah.
rigging too.
I would,
Well, the only reason I said that is because I've seen times where even regardless, you'd be going a little bit faster and you come up on one and you
Yeah.
shut it down, and it seems like if I get too slow, they're
Yeah.
spookier, they don't bite, rather
Well,
than just going.
I would like to use it, so like if you're making a run, making that pass, but you're going into a headwind, and then when you wanna turn around and come back, so you're
Yeah.
having to pull the poles up, turn the motor back up,
Yeah, you can do,
and go back down, I can just put the things down,
yeah.
and I don't know how hard that would be on the batteries though.
Well, I mean, it
You
runs.
just get another one.
Just-
Miller
Yeah.
Tech, it's
No,
like,
yeah,
Put you
heck
a Miller
yeah.
Tech cranking battery in there,
Yeah.
135 amp hour, run all day long.
That would, after seeing
Because
how he
that
did
is
it,
not pulling juice the whole time you're doing
Yeah.
it. You're
No,
just
it's
only pulling,
just-
you're only
yeah.
pulling juice when you turn them on.
Yeah,
And they're
So-
like 40 and 50 pound thrust. It's
Yeah.
like,
So your graph's gonna pull more amperage than
Yeah.
them tow
but
motors.
he'd stomp on it,
Yeah.
and we just go back down that with the tailwind. And sometimes I think it's better to go with the tailwind through trolling rigging anyway, because
Yeah.
you got too much of a weight bounce. You don't have
Yeah.
so bad, you know.
so
Oh,
Greg,
So
Greg,
I'd be for it.
I won't say I
you
won't
guys gonna
ever,
get power, I mean, get the
I
hydraulic mix?
won't say that I won't ever have them,
Yeah,
but I don't see anytime soon.
alright,
Because I'm happy with my paddles, and, you know, it's just another added expense for me to spend money
Right.
on.
If I do, it's gonna be the sea light ones when he comes out with a new bracket.
alright,
Cause I want it to be behind my paddle, but you know, the motor will be just below the paddle.
okay,
That's what I'm wanting, that way.
that's what you're waiting
Yeah.
for.
And also, regardless, even if it wasn't, even the paddle situation, if that wasn't an issue, I would still have them on my power post, because I like having my power post. I mean, I use my power post every day, launching, launching
Right.
and unlaunching. It just, I mean, I know I don't have to have them, to be able to, but now that we have to pick up our customers on the bank,
Right,
when you pull up there and you drop them, the
That's right.
stability of the boat is just more solid. It doesn't, when they step in the boat, it doesn't move, and that really, really helps on people that is a little bit unstable with their balance,
yeah,
whether it be, their age, or some people just have the equilibriums gets off in the water and stuff, and they're just, the balance just ain't there. And so it helps a lot.
I wanna check out power brakes, they're mechanical, they're not hydraulic. So
Right.
you just drop them in.
That's the one that just
Right.
latches, you pull it open,
Yeah.
it latches, right?
Yeah, just pull them and then.
Just like a
just-
troll motor.
That's what I say, I
Yeah,
think they're around
yeah.
2 grand,
Yeah,
1,800,
around-
something like
For
that.
a
Right
set?
there.
They're pretty reasonable
For
price.
a set, yeah.
First set,
For
and then
both.
they have the other ones, but really
And
those
also-
would be lightweight, so it wouldn't change any weight.
Also, another thing that I'm holding out on, another reason I'm holding out on Sea Light as well, is he's gonna have he's already got it set up to where it's adjustable on the speed.
Right,
It's a variable speed, for one, and
Yep.
secondly, he's gonna come up to where it'll be a remote. So in other words, if we're guiding, whether we're spider rig, like right now, if I'm tying the spider rig and my stomp switch is up there, if I have no way of extending it back here, it's
right,
gonna be hard for me to stand behind 2 people in
That's
there.
right.
So if he's gonna have them where they'll work on a remote. So if you're running your trolling motor and you're standing behind your customers, and I see that I need to deal, I just bump the remote and turn them on that way. So that's another reason I'm leaning more towards the Sea Light.
yeah. So I know I was in the boat with Charles Bunning this past weekend, and Charles had, he showed me the new, what I believe is gonna be the new power pole brakes.
Mm-hmm.
And so it looked like he was running his on a remote that was around his neck.
Mm-hmm.
And so like probably on and off. But I know that some companies are looking.
Was his attached to his power poles as well?
Yeah.
Or- Okay.
Yeah, they were attached. Now, whether that's
So is
that
the same
final-
remote?
that the
Is it
final?
all in the same remote or is it two different
I have
remotes?
no earthly idea.
I was just
Couldn't tell you.
curious
I
about
just
that.
know that he spent
A lot of
most of
time
the
looking
day
at
with
it.
this one hand on the remote.
Yeah.
And it was, whether it was the final look of how it looked, but then they're getting into that, so.
But I do
they'll
know
produce
on
something.
the, like I said on Sea Light, it's got a control box up by, that
Yeah.
mounts by your bracket on your locator. And so as the wind gets, more wind or if you need more speed to, use your brakes, you can variable your speed.
Yeah. So there it is, brakes. Tell us if you like them, if you don't like them, tell us what you have and what you like about them though. We'd like to hear before we all start putting them on our boats or we start looking at that. So, also make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and because we want all you out there to become hardcore. But let's see, Payton, if they want to get in touch with you.
Reach me at Payton Usrey Fishing on Facebook or 479-387-6153.
Great.
Greg's Guide Service on Facebook or 479-601-1683.
Lance Hughey Crappie Guide Service on Facebook or 479-236-4105.
There you go, Wiegmann's Guide Service, 479-756-5279. Like we always like to end the show, you guys gotta make sure you keep it
Hardcore.
There you go, hardcore. They're on it.
What is hardcore?
Yeah.